felt like after a year I was a native. I was even parking cars, man.
Yeah, I know, man. It's great. I moved from Boston to New York my sophomore year of high school.
Oh, Lord.
My first day in high school, I was in geometry class, and the teacher asked me, she called me New Guy, and she said, New Guy, give us the definition of the diameter of a circle. And I said, as I always taught my 14, 15 years in Boston, the diameter of a circle bisects a circle in half. And she went, well, la-ti-da.
Yeah. Right.
The
words
that
half.
had to have been when the self-loathing began, when you moved to New York from Boston.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're a stranger in a foreign land, man. It's
Exactly.
talk about, I was just studying Exodus, and they were out in the desert for 40 years. Yeah. So going to New York, that's like being in the desert.
It's the same thing. I'm going to reiterate, Jeff, because you're a golfer. I'm a golfer.
Yes.
Neil's a golfer, but he's in San Diego, so he can just eat his heart out.
Yeah, I'm a golfer. I played in 33-degree weather yesterday and 15, 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, you're a golfer.
I'm a golfer. Guy in San Diego. Yeah. Well, gee, it's 70 again.
It's 58. It's too cold.
Oh my God! I know. Yeah, when we lived in Arizona, we'd see the Canadians come down, and we'd be in, like what I'm wearing now. I was just at the range. I got an Under Armour on, I got a thing on, and that's what we'd be wearing in Arizona. And then the Canadians would come down, white as a ghost. They're blinding white skin and shorts and I go, okay, Nanook, what part of the north did you roll in from? Yeah,
that's right. It's 50. It's summer.
I played Pine Valley back one year. It was February, and they had just aerated the greens. And it's Pine Valley, so I flew in, I played it. But to this day, I don't think I played Pine Valley.
Yeah, no. It's just not the same.
I want to be there in the summer. And they had a great line from the caddy. It was really funny. Second hole or whatever, there's a 220-yard carry with, from the tees we were playing over a bunker. And I hit 3-wood because it was a short hole, and I carried the bunker. And the caddy says, I've been out here for 10 years. I've never seen anybody carry that bunker with a 3-wood. And I looked at him and I said, oh, BS. He goes, I'm just sucking up early, man. I said, all right, we're gonna get along fine. We're gonna get along fine.
And make sure you come right back after this short break and see what happens when we start to suck up to Jeff. This is The Approach Shot.
This episode of The Approach Shot is sponsored by Blue Chew. Hey guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Well, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed with BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. Hey, this is Neil Michaels, and for a limited time, listeners of The Approach Shot visit BlueChew.com, and you'll get your first order for free when you use our special promo code APPROACH. Just pay the $5 shipping. You heard right, your first order of Blue Chew chewables is free. Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance, and honestly, which of us couldn't use a little boost sometime? Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed physicians, so you don't have to go to the doctor's office or wait in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. They're made in the USA, and Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, so they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Hey, remember, for listeners of The Approach Shot, visit BlueChew.com and get your first order for free when you use our special promo code APPROACH. Again, that's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code APPROACH to try it for free.
How do you know if you're paying too much for your auto insurance? For a lot of drivers, the most costly part of owning a vehicle isn't the payment, the maintenance, or the gas. It's the insurance. You wouldn't buy a car without making sure you're getting the best deal, right? So why do it with your insurance? Make sure you're getting the most coverage for your money. Call GetMyAutoInsured.com at 844-286-8569. That's 844-286-8569. And start saving today.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for hanging. This is The Approach Shot. I am John Ashton. He is Neil Michaels. We still have Jeff Allen with us. And Jeff, I know you're down in Nashville. I'm just up the road a bit in Louisville. Neil is out in San Diego, but have you ever come up around my neck of the woods and played golf at French Lick?
French Lick, my manager played there last year, said it was one of the top 5, and he's played Shinnecock, Augusta, Muirfield Village. He's played some quality golf courses, and he said French Lick was one of the top 5 he's ever played.
Does he ever book you? Because it sounds like he plays an awful lot of golf.
Yeah, he books. Yeah, well, that's what's funny. I needed a manager that played golf so he would understand the priorities. And we'll get calls from people that don't have big budgets, but they'll go, we can get him on, Muirfield Village for a round. He goes, okay, he's in.
Well, I did mention the fact that if you wanted to come up and play, the Pete Dye course at French Lick or the Ross course or both,
oh
of them,
my
or whatever,
gosh.
it's on us. Maybe that's why he joined. He so quickly came back and said, yeah, Jeff would love to.
Well, he never mentioned anything about it to me, so maybe he was going to cash in on that. Yeah, like Colonel Parker, Elvis's old manager, used to get all these perks Elvis never knew about.
Yeah. Well, we do a second podcast called Those Weekend Golf Guys. My co-host on that one is Indiana's #1 golf instructor, according to Golf Digest magazine. And we'd love to have you come up and play some time on us, man. If you get some.
Oh my gosh, I will hold you to that.
Yeah, just give me a holler
when the weather warms up. I will do that.
He's serious. He's not like me. He actually would do what he said.
So you would tell me you could get me on Torrey Pines, but that's a crock.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
By getting to Torrey Pines, what I mean is I could take you to lunch and we could walk around the back.
Right.
That's
it's
it.
funny.
Leave your clubs in the car.
The last time I played Torrey, they were getting it ready for the Open there in 2008. They were showing me all the new tee boxes they were putting in for these guys. And I to this day, I say they ruined 18. They did. I mean, I love the fact that it was a long par 4 with water in the front.
Right.
And I like that because the whole tournament could switch on, and it brought in the whole field. Yeah. Now it's, 10% of the guys can realistically go at it too.
Yeah.
But,
the interesting thing is that when I moved here to San Diego from the East Coast, one of the things that sort of sold me on it was I did have lunch at the back of a hotel that looked over one of the holes. There's just a walking path that you could sort of walk in through a couple of the holes. You have to be sure that you're not, getting in anybody's way or anything. And it was breathtaking. And
yes,
I thought,
is. Yeah.
I could actually move out here. That's
right.
a cool option. So
yeah,
it'll sell you on coming out here, and not to mention the fact that I don't have to wait for the snow to melt to play.
Yeah, I felt that way, and I felt that way in Arizona. We went out. My parents lived in Tucson, and our baby, when he got born, we took a trip out so they could meet the grandson. I looked at Tammy and said, I could really live out here, and we ended up moving to Phoenix. That first summer, we moved there in November, so it was gorgeous from Boston. So anyway, that first summer, August, I come home from the golf course. It was one of the rare days that it was a monsoon rain. I mean, you couldn't see 50 feet in front of you driving. And my wife is in the driveway, soaking wet, standing there in the rain. And I said, what are you doing out here? She says, look, Jeff, it actually rains in this godforsaken place. So to say my time was limited in Phoenix, I knew at that moment. I said, my golf game is not a priority to her. That's for sure.
When I was living in Atlanta, I had a job interview in Phoenix, and the fact that it was like 92 degrees at 8:00 in the morning when we landed, and 128 in the afternoon when I came home.
Right.
But my wife said, "Well, what do you think?" And I said, "It's like everything looks like a frickin' Taco Bell. I have no desire to live out there, man. It's just."
Right.
The Chamber of Commerce only operates from November to February out there.
Right. Well, a friend of mine visited in March, and it was 72 and no wind, and beautiful. Of course, it was like San Diego, actually. Yeah. And he says, boy, if it was like this year round, I said, we would be San Diego, and there'd be 9 billion people living here, and there'd be no water. I said, the summer keeps the weak people out, like John.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, are you guys football fans?
Yeah. Big time. Yeah.
Do you follow football? I don't follow football anymore. If the Bears aren't in, then I don't
they're
follow.
Not.
I haven't really watched a game in 15 years. Yeah, well, it's funny because Chicagoans were brutal on the team.
Oh yeah.
I got yelled at by friends of mine. Remember when Cutler didn't come out for the fourth quarter because he dinged his arm or something. I was so ticked off. I said, "You think Ditka would have let him stay in the locker room unless his arm was hanging by one tendon?" You get out, it's the playoffs. You're going off at a stretcher or you're not, So anyway, I was ragging on him and I waited till April and I tweeted out, well, the snow is cleared on Lakeshore Drive. And guess what? They found Cutler's spine on Lakeshore Drive. And my friends hit me, man. They go, let it go. I go, no. I was so happy when they got a world-class quarterback, and it turns out it's Cutler, of all people.
Right. Wow. Well, now you have Mitchell Trubisky. So, I mean, you basically have Cutler Volume 2.
Right, exactly. I again, I don't follow it. All of a sudden, I'll turn on and they go, "Hey, the Bears are, they won 2 in a row," and I go, "Oh, I'm ready to watch." And then they lose 4 in a row. And then I said to a friend of mine, I survived Abe Gibron, Jack Kincannon, and Bobby Douglas as a youth. So
wow, you're right.
And it was when Grossman took him to the Super Bowl. I ordered Italian beef from Chicago, shipped in. I told my wife, "This is going to be the best day of my life." She had never eaten Italian beef. I said, "You're going to love this." Pre-game, they had a close-up of Grossman on the sidelines, and he looked like a deer in headlights. He was just standing there with this glazed over look. And I paused the TV. I called my wife and I said, "Game's over." Peyton Manning was cutting up, throwing underhand balls, laughing, joke. I said, "The game's over." Yeah, Grossman is out of it. I think he's a tad out of his comfort zone here. So my favorite story, I was at, I wanted to get something into Walmart, right? Or Sam's Club. And we worked it out where I was going to go to Vegas and do one of their conventions to introduce the Happy Wife, Happy Life video. Halfway through the show, I had a line in there about brownies. And I can't remember the whole routine. But anyway, the tag of the line was, we ran out of brownies, which is why we had another kid. We had nothing, normally we go to bed, watch TV and eat brownies. So anyway, we ran out of brownies. So that was the punch. And then the tag on it was, "It'll never happen again. We get them by the pallet from Costco." Oh. Right. So, yeah. So I'm in front of Sam's Club, which I didn't realize was a cult. And when I said Costco, that was my manager was standing backstage, back in the back of the room. He goes, "I'm watching you take this whole thing off a cliff, and I can't do anything about it. I know where you're going." And it's like, cut to black. Boom. The deal's over. The
good news is, however, our deal continues. Jeff Allen will be right back with us. We're coming right back with a 6-pack of questions for Jeff. Hope you study. Don't you move.
Hi, this is Neil Michaels. Did you know that 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they're 35? And lucky me, I'm one of them. Thanks, Grandpa, for the crummy hair genes. Thank goodness now there's Keeps, the simple, stress-free way to keep your hair. Before Keeps, I keeps my hair all right in my brush, in the sink, and I definitely keeps my hair on the floor. Well, with Keeps, you get convenient virtual doctor consultations and medications delivered in discreet packaging right to your door every 3 months without ever leaving home. Best of all, Keeps treatments start at just $10 a month. Isn't keeping your hair worth $10 a month? Listen, right now, for listeners of The Approach Shot, your first month's treatment is absolutely free. Treatments can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so the sooner you start using Keeps, the sooner you will see results. Seriously, if you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/approach to receive your first month of treatment for free. You have to use this special web address to receive this offer. That's keeps.com/approach to get your first month free. keeps.com/approach.
Hey, thanks for hanging. Thanks for coming back. This is still The Approach Shot. I am still John Ashton. He is still Neil Michaels.
Yes, I am.
And Jeff Allen is still with us. He tried to escape a couple times, but we've got him chained to the chair so he can't leave.
That's right.
This is the part that Jeff's been studying for, man.
That's right. We throw a 6-pack at somebody, not literally, because we do know a number of comedians who could catch all 6. So
that's right. Yeah, I've had too many 6-packs. That's why I wound up in rehab.
There you go. I don't have a better name for it, so it's still a 6-pack, but just consider it like O'Doul's.
That's
all right. Question 1. Favorite person you've ever played a round of golf with?
Oh, this sounds cliche, but my dad. if I could play another round again, it would be with him.
There you go. Well, that just goes to show that even though you're funny as hell, that you have a heart, which there might have been some question there.
Somewhere in there. Yeah. Like
Question two,
like
who's
the Grinch.
person you'd most like to play